let's move on to the next question. Speak about a positive change in your life. So you might encounter such questions, maybe a positive change or maybe a bad experience that you had in your life or a lesson for life, right? So if you are going to get a question like this, which asks you to talk about any positive change that had taken place in your life, what are the possible things that we can discuss about? Maybe you can talk about any incidents which made you learn lessons. Maybe, for example, you did not perform well in your examinations, you were a bit playful, and later you realize and then you bring about a change in your lifestyle. An answer can go like this. Your answer can mostly be about any of your experiences. Any experiences. Okay, so it can be like, I can start my answer like this. A moment or an event can change our lives. Something like that can change our lives. So when I was in my class 12, I was a very flexible person. I was a person who would adapt myself easily according to my surroundings. I was more of a positive person. I was a very confident person. And I was always in the good books of my teachers. But since I was very confident about myself, and since I was already in the good books of my teachers, I did not take my academics that serious. My teachers had many times indicated my laziness. They had insisted on me being a bit lethargic with my academics, which I did not take seriously. The main reason is because I was very confident about myself, and I also felt that I am already doing a good job. So this continued for quite some time, and just 2 months before my board examinations was my preliminary examination. So I was getting ready for my examination. My parents at home were continuously insisting me to work hard to get good marks because this is a pre-board examination. So it's a little, a little practice for a board examination. But I did not take things seriously. I just went and gave up my examination in the same lethargic attitude. And the day of the results were, the day when the results were supposed to be announced had arrived. And surprisingly, for the very first time in my life, I had scored just 55%. I had no words. I had tears rolling down my cheeks. There was no one to console me. I felt very bad. I had to go back home. My parents knew that today is the day I would be getting my results for my preliminary examination. I went home. They were all waiting for me eagerly because they always had high hopes for me. They were waiting for me eagerly. And when my father looked at me, he understood there was something wrong. He did not insist on what exactly happened, but he took me to his room. And he just told me one thing: there is always another chance. You still have time. It's not that late. You still have time. Another 45 days left, and I can do wonders in those 45 days. So that is the day I realized that I had been too casual or too lethargic about my academics, and I was overconfident. I did not concentrate much on my academics, and I made my mind that I should definitely prove myself. I worked very hard. In fact, I worked harder than ever, and my results were tremendous. The day of my board examinations arrived. I gave up my examinations, and my results were also published, and I had come up in flying colors. Had my father not patted me the right way, or had my father not helped me realize the importance of education, importance of time, I would have definitely ended up in disaster. So this is one incident which had a very positive impact in my life. So I think you can finish your answer like this, following which it's the examiner's turn now. The examiner's turn now. So let's see what sort of questions the examiner can ask you. Do you still consider it a positive change in your life? So this might be one question the examiner would like to ask you. So what can be the possible answer for this? Do you still consider it a positive change in your life? So I can write something like this. Yes, I still consider it a positive change in my life because I learned the importance of dedication from that moment onwards. Which has proved helpful to me in all walks of life. So as you see, I can answer this question like this. I can see that, or I can say that I still consider it as a positive change because from that day onwards, I had learned the importance of dedication, and it had definitely helped me prove myself in all walks of my life. Okay, so let's check on another follow-up question. How has it changed your life? Now we can actually write so much under this, okay? You can talk about how it had changed your life or how helpful it had been for you in all walks of your life. So I'm just going to give a gist of it. You can actually develop much from that. You can add your own points also. So I might write, it has made drastic change in my life. I became sincere dedicated and hardworking. I have also learned to be alert and receptive. So I can actually add more points to this, apart from saying that it has made a drastic change in my life. It had made me a more sincere, dedicated and a hardworking person. And I've also learned to be alert and receptive. Apart from being alert and receptive, it also had helped me to be more confident and adaptable to various situations. So you can just add on points to this, okay? So how it has changed your life, you can refer to your personal life and you can definitely add more points to it. So I'm sure that would be an apt answer for this particular question of talking about the positive change of your life.